Hello everyone, I'm excited to have you around. Congratulations for signing on to this maiden project. Welcome to Authors of Praise Ministries, APM for short. My name is Kobla Amenya and I am the facilitator for this program. I'm also being supported by my organizer, Eddie Fatin, and we are doing this big time. By the end of this project, you'll be playing at least 3 hymns from now to December. Is that okay? Good. So let's get it on. You can find more about APM on Facebook. Just type Authors of Praise Ministries and you find more about us. We started this ministry from University of Education, Winneba. We've been ministering and we are taking this thing to another dimension. Alright, so let's get it on. You may ask, so what is the purpose of this project? We just want to teach you to be able to play hymns on your keyboard. You may have, I know some of you like singing hymns, but you can't play it. So we have a very wonderful, simple, systematic method that will ensure that everyone who participates diligently in this project can play hymns on your keyboard. Is that okay? And by so doing, angels will come and dance in your room. You know, how many of you want to fellowship with angels? You want to, it will also help you to enhance your spiritual life, to boost the spiritual vigor that you already have. Alright, so stay with me on this project. Watch every video we send you when we announce the live sessions on Facebook, YouTube. Make sure you join us. Good. And the foundation for this project is taken from the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 18 and verses 19. It says that be not drunk with wine wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. And the verse 19 tells us how to be filled with the Spirit. It tells us that one, speak to yourself, I speak to me, and speak to yourself in psalms and hymns, spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord. You are making melody in your heart to the Lord. You are singing psalms to the Lord, not to somebody. You are singing psalms, you are playing hymns to the Lord. You are edifying your own spirit. Is that okay? So this is where we come in. At the moment, we are working on the hymns. At another time, we work on psalms, we work on spiritual songs, and the others. But for now, our focus is on the hymns. How is this lesson or this project going to be structured? That's what we are looking at. The lesson structure. We have 3 levels. Level 1, level 2, and level 3. We want to use the month of October for level 1, the month of November for level 2, and the month of December for level 3. In level 1, what are we looking at? We are looking at simplified ways of playing hymns using numbers, using alphabet, or using solfa. Some of you are acquainted with using solfa, even though that is not the best way. But at this level, you are free to use numbers, alphabet, or solfa. But I'm going to concentrate on numbers and alphabet, because the solfa can become a hindrance when you get to the level 2 and level 3. Now, in level 2, we are looking at a combination of numbers and then notation, standard Western notation. In level 3 is purely standard notation. From level 3, you'll be on your way to playing hymns all by yourself. What is the content of this project from now to December? The content is divided into part 1 and part 2. In part 1, I'll do introduction to the keyboard, how to set, how to find your way out of the keyboard, finger names, the names of your fingers, and then finger exercises. And then we play 3 hymns, hymn 1, hymn 2, hymn 3, all in part 1. So we have a lot to do. And in part 2, we talk about introduction to musical notes. We are going to make the notes come alive by clapping them. Then we go back to the hymns we learned in part 1, hymn 1, hymn 2, hymn 3. But this time we are going to use standard notation. I hope you get it. Okay, so I have a hymn here I want you to listen to. I have to work on the hymn so that you can listen to it later. But let's get it on. Okay, so this is our first lesson. Lesson 1. Introduction to the keyboard. We have introduction to everything, right? Okay, so when we say keyboard, what do we mean by keyboard? Is it the one we use for typing when we sit by the computer? Is it the computer keyboard? No. When we say keyboard in this project, we are referring to the musical keyboard that makes sounds when keys are pressed or triggered. That is what we are referring to. There are many types of keyboards, and we are going to take a brief look at the different kinds of keyboards, right? What are the objectives for this lesson? At the end of this lesson, I want you to be able to describe what keyboard means. I just said that. Then I want you to be able to give examples of each type of keyboard. So, welcome to the keyboard family. A musical keyboard is a family. It's a big family of musical instruments that produce musical sound by the depressing of keys. We press the key and then the sound comes out. Okay, so this is an example of a musical keyboard, and we press it. When we press it, sound comes out of it. What are the main types of keyboards? We have two main types. We have acoustic keyboard and non-acoustic keyboards. Under the acoustic keyboards, we have the harpsichords, the pianos, and the pipe organs. And the non-acoustics, we have the synthesizers, the workstation arrangers, digital pianos, MIDI controlled keyboards, a whole lot of them. So let's take a look at the pictures of what we've said so far. Under the acoustic keyboards, this is what I said, the harpsichord. The harpsichord is an old form of keyboard, but it is still in use in the orchestra because of its soft tone. This is the harpsichord. It also has 3 sets of black keys and 2 sets of that pattern is there. The 3 and 2 pattern is there. It may not necessarily be black, but that pattern is still there. Then we have the piano, which was an improvement of the harpsichord. This is a piano. This is a grand piano, and this is a pipe organ. This is just one face of the pipe organ. The pipe organ is actually built into the building. It has very large tubes that gives us a massive sound, more than the piano and the harpsichord. Then let's talk about the non-acoustic keyboards. We have a lot of them. I will only talk about 3: the synthesizers, the arrangers, the digital pianos. The synthesizers, the aim for building the synthesizers is to mimic, the original sounds of the instruments that are being used. With the arrangers are made in such a way that you can perform as a one-man band. So the arrangement, you can record drums, you can record bass guitar, you can record keyboard, and then you can perform alone. That is the function of the arrangers. It is used most often in the Orthodox churches. You like it a lot because it can program, you can take pen drive and all that. This is a simple digital piano. This is what I use. It is a step into the piano world. It's not a real piano, it is not a real piano, just a whitewashed version of the real piano, but it works fine. Yeah. Okay, so when you're going to play your keyboard, your posture is very, very important. So I would like us to talk about sitting at the keyboard. You can see that I'm seated comfortably and relaxed by my digital piano. So your posture is very, very, very important. It becomes much more easier when your posture is correct. Okay, so let's get it on. For this lesson, this is second lesson. We have a lot to learn, so let's get it on. For this lesson, I want you to be able to assume a correct posture when you are sitting at the piano, and also to be able to curve your fingers. To be able to curve your fingers the right way. So that's what I'm going to show you. When you have the correct posture, what are the benefits? It helps you to play at your full potential. It helps you to enjoy your sessions when you are practicing. It increases your productivity. It gives you confidence. Correct posture portrays confidence. It protects you from injuries of your arms and spine when you sit correctly, and it saves you time and effort. When your body posture is correct and your finger posture is also correct, it saves you time, it increases your productivity, and it makes playing a lot more easier. So you can look at this picture. In this picture, what do you see? Look at the way the man is sitting. So you don't sit anyhow you like. His back, the back is straight. The arms are hung relaxed from the shoulder. Don't put tension on your shoulder. The elbow is slightly higher. The elbow is slightly higher than the keys. Slightly higher than the keys. These are the keys and this is the elbow. The elbow is never under the keys. Anytime your elbows are under the keys, it means your seat is too low. Number 4, look at number 4. The man is sitting at the half end of the seat. And this seat does not have a back rest. So this is a proper piano seat. Sit at the half end of the seat. And the feet is on the floor. The feet is on the floor on one pedal. The other feet is pushed a little back. So this is a good way to sit by your instrument. You may not have this piano seat. You can buy one, or whichever seat you are using, you can pad it with a pillow to raise the height of the seat. This is very, very important. Now let's talk about your fingers. We are going to be playing with our fingers. After learning to sit properly, the next thing is to play. But we don't play with any finger arrangement. You just any finger arrangement. So we are going to learn to curve our fingers. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is to press our hands together like this. Okay, I hope you've done that. Now bring them apart this way. And then turn it this way. Open like you are holding an orange.